Alright, welcome back everybody. It's me, Vivi, playing some more Kingdom Come Deliverance. So, in the last episode, we were dropped off here in the lovely town of... Oh, oops, cannot go in there. The lovely town of... let me see. Talmberg. Talmberg, what are these? Unexplored places. Okay, lovely. So, our quest log says, my hometown was attacked by foreign soldiers and many people slaughtered. I couldn't get inside the castle before they closed the gates, so they sent me to Talmberg to warn the people there in case they faced a similar fate. And our current objective is to talk to Sir Robard. Oh, we have even more here. As I fled, I caught sight of 3 of Sigismund's soldiers about to rape the miller's daughter, which I could not fucking save. I could have just let it be, and though they were stronger, somehow I've managed to rescue her. Okay. I feel better. I feel a lot better knowing that whatever I did, I think I punched one of them in the back or something, managed to rescue her. That's cool. I managed to get a hold of a horse to ride to Talmberg as quick as possible and warn them there. I succeeded in the end, although it almost cost me my life. Those foreign mercenaries of Sigismund's are skilled at archery on horseback. They pursued me, and I took an arrow in the leg. It's a wonder I didn't bleed to death. I told Sir Divish about the terrible fate of Skalitz. After a briefing with his captain, Sir Robard decided it would be, futile to go to Sir Radzig's aid, and instead they would prepare Talmberg Castle in case Sigismund should descend on them too. And then he told his captain to take charge of me. I suppose I should talk to Sir Robard. Okay. We shall. At B. I am deathly hungry and tired. I've got to eat something here. Do I have food, or did I sell all of my food? No, I have health potions. Nah. Oh my god, this is bad. I could pass out here any second, Sir Robard.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Oh, lovely. My prayers answered.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
It's a terrible loss.
I hear you came from...
Oh.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bohemia here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Wow, everyone is so nice.
When you've done,
To Henry.
you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
It's really a great feeling knowing that, being in time of need, random people who don't know you are willing to take care of you. That's a really great feeling. Henry is very lucky. Hunger, the longer you go home. Okay, I already read that in the first episode. Different foods have different properties. An apple won't... Oh, never mind. Okay, roast duck. Let's take all this. This is free. Supposedly. Oh my god, Henry's actually like dying right now. I gotta eat. I gotta eat. Nourishment 9? Oh, he's done. We gotta eat. Okay, nourishment's better. 61. Let's put it up to 87, whatever. You learned food. Okay, so the codex entries. How about Henry's tired. I was about to say, why don't I read some books or read some educational material, but I'll get in one little codex entry just because I don't want to fill up the entire episode with just me reading. I'll read like the most relevant ones. Let's see. Codex. Like I honestly want to learn about some people here, like the guy we were making a sword for seemed pretty cool. Charles the Fourth. How about we learn about, I mean, since this was his name Radzik, it's not in here for some reason. But let's read about Charles the Fourth for a bit. Charles the Fourth of Luxembourg, born Wenceslas, son of King John of Luxembourg, was the second member of the Luxembourg dynasty to become king of Bohemia from I guess he was born 1346 and died 1378. And the first to attain the title Holy Roman Emperor, 1355 to 1378. That's... He held many other titles besides Margrave of Moravia, Count of Luxembourg, King of Italy, King of the Robins, and King of Burgundy. Renowned for his diplomatic skills and erudition, he actively endeavored to consolidate his position and ensure the survival of his line in Europe, especially in Bohemia, Moravia, and Germany. He was well versed in several languages, and at the French court he was tutored by none other than the future Pope Clement VI. During his reign, Prague and the lands of Bohemian crown underwent a major transformation, becoming a powerful political, economic, and cultural center. For this reason, this period of his reign is known as the Golden Age. He initiated the construction of many superb edifices, which thus bear his name, including Charles University, Charles Bridge, and Karlstein Castle. He was keen to emphasize the role of religious faith in society. He renewed the cults of Saint Wenceslas, Saint Sigismund, and Saint Vitus, consecrating various church buildings to them, among others, Prague Cathedral. Okay. He married 4 times and had 13 children, damn, most of whom died in infancy. Damn. The most illustrious of his offspring were his sons Wenceslas and Sigismund, who both became rulers of the lands of the Bohemian crown, and who are also the catalysts for the chaos in this game here, it seems like. So this guy was the shit. Seems like a cool king. How about we learn about society? When we get Radzik, I want to learn about Radzik. Let's see. Noble officials. Oh, there's a lot to start with here. How about events, actually? The Western Schism, I think we read that in the last episode, or at least the title of it in the last episode. The Golden Age of Charles IV. Since we're on the topic, when the young son of John Luxembourg, Charles inherited the title of Moravian Margrave, and subsequently the Czech throne, he embarked on not only economic but also cultural development in his kingdom, a period dubbed the Golden Era. In 1348, Charles founded one of the oldest universities in Europe. Many cities, towns, and castles required new fortifications and new bridges, infrastructure, and churches were built. To strengthen his position in Europe, why did I say it like that? He made a good use of political marriages, thus allying his family with prominent families in neighboring countries. He even had influence over the appointment of ecclesiastical dignitaries. Words, I think these 2 words I have not even read in my entire life. Thanks to firm rule and a policy based on the alliances, he was able to keep the peace in Europe. Charles was an educated monarch interested in the arts, which was reflected in the architecture of cities, especially Prague, where, under his rule, many new houses, churches, including St. Vitus Cathedral, and the city walls sprang up. Yeah. Conquest of Talmberg. Ooh, how far should we go into this? I'm struggling to figure out. Oh, let's learn about Skalitz. There was probably a settlement in the area where Skalitz lies today, as early as the 13th century, though there's no mention of the castle until 1361. The development of the town was prompted by silver mining in the area, as well as the existence of the nearby parish of Ravna. The owners of the castle included Jessica of Skalitz from 1384 and, Bodal of Drohanis, 1402 to 1403. Wenceslas IV took possession of it in 1403 and placed it under the governance of the knight Sir Rasic. There we go. There's some information about Rasic. Kobila. Later the very same year, though, Kobila was forced to flee the castle to protect the inhabitants of Skalitz, which is what we just saw, from King Sigismund's invading army, which torched the castle and the adjoining village. The estate was never renewed thereafter. Oh. In December of 1403, Wenceslas IV granted the remains of the village to 1403. Sorry, I'm getting confused with like the son and the dad king who have the same name. Granted the remains of the village to Jan Sokol of Lamberg. The ruin of the medieval castle and its fortifications was scavenged for building material for the Church of St. John of Nepomuk in 1730. Today, only minor remnants of the gatehouse wall, the swinger, and the perimeter walls remain. Very sad fate. I would love to see what it looks like now. Is it just like ruins? Probably. Okay. It looks like Henry. I almost forgot his name. I'm reading so many names. I almost forgot Henry's name. Henry is about to pass out here. Let's see. Energy's at 12. Where do we get a bed? How do we get a bed?
Good evening.
Can I sleep?
Where's that chamber for me to sleep?
Evans, are you still confused after what happened to you? It's in the lodge in the
Certainly.
courtyard.
Thank you.
Alrighty then. Sorry, where can I buy something?
If I needed some food, who should I ask?
Who do you think, young man? Me, of course. And if you want something extra, I could help you out with that too.
I would like something extra.
I'd like to buy something from you.
Of course, lad. Take care.
Okay. She has food. Where's her extra? Should we buy food? My wealth is 24. Nah, I think we can easily get food. Right? So they said courtyard. Is this the bed? This is not... This is the courtyard, no? Can I go in here? No. I cannot go in there. Hello, sir. Stable master. Villager. Bed. I'm looking for bed. Pretzel. I think this is the pretzel man. There's a pretzel icon in the map. Okay, let's keep finding a bed. Damn. Is this it? You can't delay. No time to lose. What? What is that supposed to mean? Excuse me. Was that not our bed? Seems I'm not good enough for the gent. Reputation lost. Why did I lose my reputation? I don't understand. What just happened in that moment? This is not my bed. Okay. Is this my bed? Tiredness. If you're tired, your stamina and eloquence will also gradually decrease. Tiredness. Sleep is the solution. Find an available bed, which you'll recognize from the icon on the compass. Sit on it with E. Okay. Sit on the bed. There's an icon at the bottom there.
Is someone there?
I'm here. Reading spot. Interesting. We can read in this game. Sleep. This is pretty. It's like a nice 24-hour clock. Okay, our energy's at 49. So why don't we... Or no, it's going up. Oh, this is our projected energy. I see. Well, we want it to be pretty high, right? So... Can't sleep any longer now. I guess sleep until dawn. This is dawn, right? What a tough day for Henry.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Who is this again?
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you.
Whoa there.
But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
I mean, it's been like 4 hours. Right? Whoa there. I just can't talk about it. Tell the story of the raid. Nah, let's talk about it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you
Henry
what.
is awfully close.
It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Oh, we're timed. I went to the tavern for ale. I went to collect a debt.
A fellow by the
That's
name
what
of
I have.
Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me
What
to
are
collect
we
it from
doing
him.
here?
Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It
Is
got a
he
bit
sitting on a
heated, as often
stool?
happens when there's money involved. But Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
Is that supposed to
When
be
I'd
like
done
that?
all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work,
That's
and I was
not
looking forward
supposed to
to
be
it.
like that.
He was forging a sword for Sir Radric.
Okay, charisma.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
Success.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Saw smoke on the horizon. There was a huge horde of attackers, Cumans and Sigismund's army. Ooh, she's got 8 intimidation. Let's just keep going with... Oh, let's try
I
speech.
saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Scalars.
Ooh, there's so many. Silas fled for castle cover. Speech.
I saw Deutsch trying to defend himself. The man who'd mocked
I don't know
King
why it's timed.
Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. He slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Humans were plundering the village. I needed a horse. Okay. I ran for my life.
I needed a horse to
this.
get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror.
Truly.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, We're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Vibes. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm getting vibes from Miss Lady. She's very nice, though, to talk it out with Henry. Poor Henry. Processing.
Help us, son. Don't be a coward. Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the
Oh,
battlements.
another
One of our
siege.
patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
He can't get a rest, can he? What time is it? You learned women in the Middle Ages. Ooh, I want to read about that. I want to see how hard we had it. Lockpick. Where's the accent? Is this it? Okay. Storming out. It's very dark at night. Holy. Go to the battlements via the gateway stairs. That is where. Is it up here? Talk to Captain Robard. It can't be up here, can it? Is it not here? Hold on. This doesn't seem right. It just went to the first stairs that I saw. The battlements. What are battlements? Not well versed on. These are stairs.
Talmberg's a strong castle, though. It can handle a siege.
Okay, that makes me feel safer.
Prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Hey, you men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly, do you understand?
I don't see anything. What's going on?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune.
He had
Well,
at least
anyway,
like
we'll find out when they
100,000,
get here,
10,000.
won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Okay.
Halt! Who
his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radsig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
It's a good thing they both yelled that at full volume at each other. You learned
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body.
Okay, one second. Let me just read about Mr. Radzik. Characters. Finally, we learned about him. William Sir Divish of Talmberg. No, I want to learn about Rasek Kobila. Unknown birth, died 1416. Rasek in Kingdom Come Deliverance, Radzik Kobila was a Bohemian yeoman, the royal hetman of Wenceslas IV, and between 1410 and 1415, Burgrave of Visserad. In 1403, he resided in the castle of Silberskalitz, Stribernaskalis, where he oversaw the mining of silver. The king was known for his generosity to lower nobles who received high titles for their loyalty. Radzikobila was apparently one of these, and probably the king's friend. In 1403, Skalitz was besieged and burned to the ground by King Sigismund. For his service and loyalty, King Wenceslas IV permitted Radzik to build his own castle at Veseli Nadsesavo, Sasavo. Standing on this site today is Chateau Komorny Hradek. Trying my best there. He was killed in 1416 in a tavern in Kutna Hora by a mob of miners. That's sad. Incited by preachers a year after the burning of Jan Hus. They seized them in the inn where they were staying, cut their bodies into pieces and threw them out onto the street, where mob vigorously stomped on their remains and then went in merry song to the home of preacher to be praised for the act they had been encouraged to commit. Oh my God. He died horribly. This occurred when Rasik was there to collect taxes for the king, which is odd because 6 years earlier he had apparently been a robber knight, and soldiers had been dispatched against him as a scourge of the land. Sources are not clear as to why he was later rehabilitated for services to the king. How very interesting. What a terrible way to die. Oh my God. Well, that's cool. Let's learn about Mr. Divish. Divish Talmberg. Sir Divish of Talmberg owned Talmberg Castle in the years 1390 to 1415. In 1391, the castle was conquered and Divish was taken captive by his neighbor Havelmedic of Valdic. Is that what he was joking about? That's what Lady Stephanie was talking about, I'm pretty sure, just before that. Though we no longer know how the dispute arose between them. Due to the king's inability to settle the matter, Divish was imprisoned in his own castle for 7 long years, while his young wife Stephanie attempted to raise the ransom to free him. Thanks to the help of friends, including Radzik, he was finally liberated and Medek was condemned for his actions as a rebel. From 1400 onwards, Divish held the office of Prague Burgrav and in 1401 moved his seat to Prague. Meanwhile, Talmberg Castle was repaired and he gave it to his wife. Okay. Divish returned there in 1414 and in 1418 his son Aldrich governed the estate. Excuse me. According to some sources, Divish died in 1415, while others attest that in 1418 Jan Yankovsky sold him Yankov Castle, where the Talmberg family lived until 1702. Okay. Divish had 3 sons, Oldris, Willem, and Mikulas, who governed Yankov from 1433 onwards. Okay. Good education, good info. And last thing I want to read before I continue is... Where was it? General. Women in the Middle Ages. Okay. In the medieval, purely patriarchal society, the man was the head of the family, which, with the roles of women determined by their relationship to him, daughter, sister, wife, mother, or widow. Girls had a short childhood according to municipal documents, reaching the age of a majority between 12 and 15 years of age. Boys, in terms of territorial law, became grown-ups at 15. Men spent most of their time at their craft, trading or swordsmanship, depending on their station in life, while women attended to housework and family. Only a widow could obtain permission to conduct trade or craft activity with the help of journeymen, of course. Village women did not leave their homes very much or wander the vicinity needlessly. Some rules about venturing out were dictated by social class, while townswomen and noblewomen could venture beyond the home only when accompanied by their spouse or servants. The wives of artisans, merchants, and peasants could walk about unaccompanied. The domestic activities of well-to-do women included embroidery, cleaning, childcare, shopping, and playing musical instruments. Village women spent their time working in the fields or pastures, beekeeping, weaving, spinning, preparing food, knitting, and sewing. During the High Middle Ages, the ideal of beauty was a thin, pale woman with long blonde hair, small rounded breasts, relatively narrow hips, and a narrow waist. The most important thing was, of course, health and fertility. A woman in the Middle Ages would, from the beginning of sexual maturity, be pregnant virtually every year. It was not unusual for one to be a mother 3 or 4 times over by the age of 20. Births were complicated and aftercare inadequate, so the risk of death in childbirth was great. Okay, it was sounding pretty good until it was not pretty good. It was sounding pretty all right, not terrible until until the age of 20. That's terrible. Girls were afforded less attention than boys, but when it came to honor, the contrary applied. Old maids seduced daughters and unmarried mothers brought the family shame, while boys inherited the livelihood. The parents of girls had to accumulate a dowry with which to compensate the bridegroom. Okay, yeah. Pretty standard oppression for that time. Okay, what's next? Sir Robard. Can I be of help?
What is it you need?
Kind of don't
I
want
could
to.
use
I want
an
to go
extra
back to
pair
sleep.
of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. May the Lord watch over you.
I love that every time. Within the millisecond of ending dialogue, they're just like, may the Lord watch over you. Jesus Christ. Watch over you, something like that. That's so funny. What are we supposed to do? I think he told us to stay and watch. Okay. How long do we have to sit here? I can barely even see anything. Except for a small light down there. It is very dark. I like that. I like the, is this considered dynamic lighting? When dark is dark? Like very dark? Can I talk to you, sir? Guard? I could for a second. Hold on, let me get an opportunity.
God be with you.
What do you think about the Scalit's folk fleeing?
What do you think about that surprise during the night?
I was surprised, all right. I'm glad them people were saved, though. I'm just as glad it weren't Sigismund. For sure he'll come here in the end.
Oh?
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Kind of interrupted our conversation there. Skip time. If you have to wait for something, you can skip time. Press T and set how long you want to wait. Watch out, though. Tiredness and hunger grow even during skip time. I didn't think it wouldn't pass. Okay. So, oh, it's 3 a.m. Well, let's wait until dawn, I guess. I am really eager to get out into the world, though. Would be nice to start exploring. Though it makes sense to get some linear story out of the way. Wow, look at that. Sunrise. So beautiful. So now what? Are we done?
Good day to you.
Okay. Do we have to wait more? Should we wait a little bit more? Let's wait 1 more hour. Just a few more minutes there. Everyone to the what? I did not hear that.
Let's go! Let's go!
Okay, let's just follow the guys running.
Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go!
Okay. Another siege?
Jesus. We're gonna end up like scallops.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Well done. Okay. Go to the battlements. If I'm good at listening, it seems that Skalitz was attacked by Sigismund's army because Radzig was plotting to go against Sigismund or Wenceslas, either, or go against Sigismund's efforts. And so he's mainly looking for Radzig, but is also after the, was it silver or riches that they had? Where'd everybody go? What's our next objective? If I'm good at listening, I don't know. I think this is a very historically accurate game. I can't say I'm great at the understanding the technicalities of this entire story here. Run. Okay, I've read that. Bury your loved ones in Skalitz. Talk to Sir Robard. Get a horse. Okay, I guess we're talking to Sir Robard. Narrowly avoided another terrible fate there, didn't we? Sir Robard. Also, I have another question.
God be with you.
Small detail maybe doesn't really matter, but why does Sir Divish sound American? I don't think America was even a concept back in the 1400s, but... And maybe he's not American. Maybe it's just a very, 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 very slight English accent. I don't know. That's what Robard sounds like. He has a very, very soft English accent. But yeah, Divish's voice actor. It just took me out for a little bit because I'm like, yeah, he sounds American. I have to get to Skalitz. Why did Sigismund raid Skalitz? I'm gonna answer my question right here. What is Sigismund after? Do you know about the Cumans? Let's ask about this.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Sounds like I was right.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg. Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair, him and Wenceslas's cousin Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Oh, he was afraid of the Kuttenberg insurgent lords. It has a strategic position and strong fortifications. Excuse me, sorry. To feed his troops from the granaries for the loot. Afraid. I don't think he was afraid. Feed his troops from... To feed his troops from the granaries. I don't even know what that means. For the loot. Strong fortifications. I don't think it was very strategic. It sounds like Sigismund is kind of just barbaric. Let's say this.
So he could loot it?
Correct.
There you go.
King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
I shouldn't say barbaric. Not barbaric. More like extremist. Sigismund is very extremist. I have to get to Skalitz. What do you know about the Cumans? Let's ask
Where
about
did these
this.
humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Gotcha. I have to get to Skalitz.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Don't know his stats. If you were in my shoes, you'd do the same. Let me out before I lose my temper. I have to bury my parents. Let's not question his integrity. Let's just be honest.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, boy. Do you want to throw your life away for those who can never get theirs back? Do you think that's what they'd want? Forget it.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, not really. I don't agree. I think it would be honorable of of Henry to go back and bury his parents, but there's no way he's going to survive that. Looks like that's our main objective, though, so we're doing it anyway. I don't think we were meant to succeed that. Guard.
God be with you.
Sir, you got a rip in your shirt. Is there a trader here somewhere about Sigismund's army?
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Hungry, are you? You should go and see the cook. She's good-hearted, especially if you come with some coin. For anything else, you should see a fellow called Votava. Folk aren't too fond of him, because he's as surly as a wet cat. But he can get you just about anything. I saw him by the granary. You'll recognize him easy. He looks like he's never had a decent meal in his life.
I talked to that cook lady, and she doesn't have anything besides pretzels, milk, and honey. Combat arena. I've lost track of time, but it might have been about 50 minutes. I'm going to give it like 15 more minutes, and then we'll see where we're at. Sir Robard. Nothing else for Sir Robard.
Who knows what she's like?
Villager.
Good day to you.
It'd be nice if they all had names. Is there a trader somewhere? We've already got those questions answered. This guy's just chilling.
So, I'll try it.
Eat from
And if
pot.
he
Should I
doesn't
eat?
like it,
No.
I'll lock him in the hen coop so he'll have a proper appetite
Villager.
next time. That'll
Villager.
ruffle his feathers for him.
Heaven. Man-eaters.
So our main objective is to get out of this place. Look at this guy wearing a conical hat.
My respects to you.
Is there a trader somewhere? Okay, no.
Good luck to you.
I'm assuming that they're going to give me the same answer. Let's actually just check, just to make sure.
Is there someone here who trades in goods?
Votava's your man. He's the
Yeah,
local
I think
dealer.
the last guy
Skinny
said that.
I saw him by... May the Lord watch over you.
Lovely. Chickens. Let's talk to this guy. Can I get out of here?
Good health to you.
Surely he'd let me out of here.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Okay. I can convince you. Let's see. Sir Robard gave permission. I'm willing to pay. Don't you know who I am? Let me out or else. I have to bury my parents. Sir Robard gave me permission. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Also, if I lied and I succeeded, I would be putting this guy in some trouble. I'm willing to pay. Don't you know who I am? What does this even mean? Who am I? Let's just go with
My
this.
mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
I'll try and think something up. What have you got in mind?
What am I
what have you
supposed to
got in
think
mind?
up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise so I could say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I let him go. That's obvious.
All right, I'll have a look around for something.
I think bro just straight up gave us the answer.
Take care now.
How should I know? Maybe a disguise. Votava, this is the guy.
Good day to you.
What do we need to buy? I don't think we need to buy anything.
Can we
Trade.
If you've got the coin. Good luck to you.
Some food, maybe. I think we have food, actually. We picked up a bunch of food from the kitchen. I think we're good off food. Bolitas, bandages, cheap wine, dried meat. That has dried meat. Lightly salted dried meat is durable and nutritious. The best thing to take on long marches. Nourishment 6, health 0. Energy 0.5, durability infinite. Dried meat is infinite. That's kind of valuable, but it's $5 for 6 nourishment. That's not very. Lockpick, $14. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying dollars. Gold. 14 gold for a fucking lockpick. For a pin. It's a pin for 14. Who is this guy? A tool to pick locks. Just use it carefully. Wow. Is it... Okay, there's 10 of them. Is it 10 for $14? Or gold, rather? Or 10 for 1? Or 14 for 1, rather. Numbers. I'm bad with them. 1 for 14.4 gold. That's terrible. I'm not paying that much. How good can I haggle this guy? Oh my god. For a lockpick that's gonna break. 28.8. I don't even have that much. That's crazy. Save your snaps is 23 golds. And I have 8 of them. Maybe I should just sell one of them, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do I really need? Maybe even 2 of them. You get 18.2. Let's haggle. Let's haggle the most out of this. Let's see what we got.
Can we do something about the price?
Aye.
Okay. So, 18, and I want to pay. Or no, I want to get. I want to get 28. Let's try that. 27? 28.
What about this?
You can always go lower.
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied.
21. Okay, he's getting a little agitated. 21, 23. Let's do... Like I said, we can always go lower. Let's try 25.
I'm finished. This is going nowhere.
Oh. You got 2 chances on that? Honestly, that was kind of a bad roll. That guy was already halfway done with me when I said 25. Should we try again? Reputation lost.
Can we trade?
Reputation lost, so I might not get even nearly as much.
May the Lord watch over you.
14.8. Did the price just go up? Ooh. Let's just get one then. If you want to be difficult like that. You pay 14.8. Let me sell just one savior snap. I thought I had only 2 of them. So just one savior snap. I get $6. Okay. Should I try and haggle again? I'll try.
I'd like to
What's the
discuss
worst that could happen?
price.
Aye.
All right, let's be a little nicer to him. Let's get 8.
Agree?
Close. Drop the price a bit more and we'll shake on it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's not push it. Let's try 7.
Aye. For that amount, I can be persuaded.
It's the best we could do, I guess. I got 1 lockpick for $14. God. Gold. Sorry. So, what's our objective now? Bury your loved ones in scouts. Get a horse, get out of the castle, get Talmberg armor from the guardhouse above the gate. Guardhouse above the gate. Are we talking about this gate? There's a guy up there. Can I go up there, maybe? Let's try and go up there.
For Christ's sake, where did you hear such a thing?
Guardhouse above the gate. It's gotta be in here. Please don't be private. It's not. We're good to be up here. Anything in these barrels? No? There's nothing that way. Should I jump from here? That was fine. I think I lost a teeny bit of health from that 5-foot drop. Okay, there's a guy in there. So, 2 men within each other. Okay. I don't think this is the gate that they were talking about. I think they're talking about that one right there. Alright, now I can jump from this place here. I slid down the little plank there. This gate, so it's got to be in here. Unless somebody can give it to me. Can you give it to me?
Good day to you. What do you need?
No. He offers nothing. I like that. I like this castle. I like the aesthetic of this entire game. This is directly above the gate, so I should be able to go in here, right? I'm in a private area. Okay. Is anybody up there? Is anybody up there? Oh my god, Sir Divish. I could have been caught by Mr. Divish. That's crazy. I don't think there's anybody up there, so I think we can just, like, sneak around in here. Just close the door. Maybe I can take a shield right here. Theft. If you must steal, make sure no one sees you. And you need to be careful when selling stolen goods, too. Try going to a trader as far away as possible from the scene of the theft. Gotcha. What's down here? Is there somebody down here? The armor must be down here. Even though this isn't above the lockpick hard? Very hard? I don't think I can do that. I don't even know how lockpicking works in this game yet. Well, I guess we're going back up. Oh, I heard something. Please don't come in here. My heart's pumping. Is there somebody above me? I don't think anyone's above me. Oh my god. Who's outside? Should I save? I don't want to waste the saver snaps. Why don't we just try this? I don't know how it works, but you learned the locks. Help T. Let's press help. Okay. In order to pick locks, you must have at least 1 lockpick in your inventory, although it's better to have 1 or 2 spares. Well, I only have one. Since they get worn with use, and in the worst case, it can break. You start the actual lock-picking process by holding E on the lock. You will then see a diagram of the lock mechanism, in which you have to find the right spot to insert the lockpick. Then you have to use the lockpick, D, to turn the whole lock mechanism. At the same time, you have to coordinate the movement of the lockpick with the rotation of the mechanism. Okay. So the yellow dot is how close you are to the sweet spot. Okay. If you try to turn the mechanism without having the lockpick in the correct position, the mechanism will stick. Okay, that's another one of those situations where I will only know what to do if I try it out myself. I can't study mechanics. Okay, so rotate. This is the yellow spot. Rotate. Oh. Oh. It worked. I gotta get out of here. Sorry, sir. I wasn't.
There?
No one's there. I was just. Nobody was in there. I just opened the door accidentally. Sorry, I just had to give it a refresh there. I didn't want anyone to hear me. Catch me in the act. Okay. So he's fine. I'm nervous. Stealth is nerve-wracking for me. Okay, just crouch down again. Anybody coming up here? No. Oh, Sir Divish is coming up here. Sorry. Hello, sir. Just standing around. Looking at the town. Narrowly missed that. Okay. So now let's try again. Crouch down. Come back inside here. Close the door. Open the chest. It's in there. Okay, take it all. Open this again. Okay, now we're getting out of there. Let's go somewhere private so I can change. We found the correct chest. Stable master. Horse. Mount and steel. Mount. Inspect horse. What does that mean? My horse, other horse. I don't have a horse. Speed 29, capacity 204. Okay, these are horse stats. Divish's horse. Very beautiful. Robard's horse. Okay. And look, it's Lady Stephanie. What does she have to say?
The Lord save you. What do you need?
I have to get the scallots. Do I look like a Talmberg soldier? Let's ask her about this.
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
Have to bury my parents. I need it badly. It's my duty to bury them. Yeah, it's my duty.
My lady, I know you have a good heart. I can't live with the thought of my parents being left in the mud to be food for stray dogs. How can their souls find peace until they rest in hallowed ground?
My dear boy, you'd risk your own life to give them a Christian burial? My heart goes out to you. I will do what I can to help, though I'll tremble in fear until your return. But what can I do?
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But
could I have gotten...
If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking.
Yeah. Where can I get armor? I might have to pay a bribe. What if they ask me where I'm going? What if they ask me where I'm going?
Certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujit, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable.
I might have to pay a bribe.
It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money.
I shouldn't have said that. I do have money.
I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Oh, she just straight up gave me some money.
I will repay you, I swear.
How much did she give me? 25. Miss Lady is so nice. Where can I get armor?
And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
Well, we got that figured out, so thank you.
Thank you, my lady. I must go now.
She gave us some free money.
I'll watch over you.
She's awesome. W character. So let's go somewhere private. This is not it. Let's go in our room. Freely appointed room. Let's change into our special outfit that we just got. I can't believe that was all in that one fucking common bassinet, decorated with red waffen rock. Hunter's gloves, light padded armor, milk collar, padded coif. And I think that's it. Aside from the pants, I think we look not very similar to the guards at all, but hey, let's take this. All right, and I think right here is where we will end this episode. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this second episode, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.